Okay, let's see if we can finish part 2. Finish part 2 for today. Code. Let's share this in Discord as well and on Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. Okay. Okay, so that should be that. I just did the Warsaken interview. I was doing this before that, so I figured let's finish this because I was very close to finishing the solution. Let me see. Let me pull up OBS here to see what stays in view, like this, okay? Boom. So where were we? I came to the realization that this one just produces 2 new pairs, and I have that here. And I'm just thinking I should probably switch to the test case, which I have here. I've overwritten these. And let's just do the first. No, we can do all 10 of them and then count. The thing that I didn't do was to turn these into pairings for both. So let's just do that here. Let me see. We need to split them by character because each pair has 2 values in them. So we do as a dictionary char int, or long actually, counts. Probably used that name already, right? Yeah, there, okay. Per character counts is new block. And now we can do for each var x in counts. We split the key in 2 parts because this is a string. And we do per character counts based on this plus equals x at value. And we do the same for the second part of that pairing. So in this case you would have C and N, and they both get their added values there. The only thing that I didn't account for, no, that should be it actually. Let's see, comma here. And then we base it off of this. So let's see if we do the... We do this 10 times for the test input. Let's see if this works. Biggest 5, 1. Okay, this isn't correct. And there is an error. Let's see the given key. Yeah, that is correct. Let's just do it in this way. Char A, B. A is x dot key 0. B is x dot key 1. If not, per character counts, try get value A out long A count is 0. And then you should be able to do A is A count plus of that. Do the same for B. B count. So this is close, but not what we wanted, because, let me see. It's close. So for the first part, it was 1749 and 290. 298. And the smallest one was 161. So there are more H's in here. So this isn't quite the answer yet. I just want to step through this just to see how it works. So in this case we have counts. Okay, in this case we have CB. Let's see, the lines. It's CB and NC, right? Okay. Let's just do this here. R2 process is this. To process. Let's get out the filtered values here as well. So to process is NN and CB, and that's correct. We have two of those. Right. And we have, let's see, because this one is CB produces CH and HB. That is correct, because CB maps into, let's see, yeah, CB matches into H, so then you get CH and HB. So that is correct. So we remove, we should probably remove this one first. It doesn't really matter that much, I think, but select statement. We remove this one. So this now becomes 0 for the key here. If I do watch, let's just remove all our watches. So this one becomes 0 because we removed it, and we processed all of them into one of each here. So the next loop of to process, yeah, this is the other one. So now to process holds 4 pairs, CH, HB, NC, and CN. So that is correct. Okay, wait. The counts will be different because these are all the pairings. Because now here we have 8 characters, right? But there are dupes on each of them. Because if you look at this, it goes from 4 characters, like NNCB, then it goes to NCN BC HB. But in this case, we end up with 4 pairs. So which one of these should be removed? That's a tough one. Because I'm not sure if I can actually... I thought I had the answer to the problem, but now that I look at it again, I'm not so sure. Because while these are all the pairings, this doesn't resemble the full string. So how do you deduce that? So how do you go from this back to the format string and how much values it should have? Hey Richard, welcome. This did you do day 14 yet? This was a challenging one. I did part 1 before, and that was just fine, building up a big string. But after you hit like iteration 18 or 19, since it's exponential, it all goes haywire, right? So I thought, hey, I know how to make all the pairings, because if I just treat this one as one pair producing two other pairs, then I might be able to actually do this. So I went ahead and did that. The only issue there is that I don't know which are the overlapping ones and which aren't. So that's a bit of an issue, and I think I might get away. So I found a way to actually grow the entire thing. At least I think so. The only issue I have is that I don't know the actual string. I've done part 1, same yesterday. I missed out of day 12 completely. Ah, okay. Because my reasoning was, and I thought I was really clever, that, and I don't have a notepad saved. If you have, let me bring up a notepad. If you have NNCB, this basically means process NN and CB, and N generates NC and CN. Making a kiss from this game is at the moment for the ZX Spectrum computer, so not that much time. Yeah, I've had an interview with the Warseeking, with one of the guys from the Warseeking team, a game that drops tomorrow. At least they sell their packs tomorrow. So I have not had much time tonight as well. And then during the day I do my regular work still. NC becomes... actually this isn't correct. The mapping... let's see, NN becomes... Yeah, it's C, okay. And then NC becomes NB plus BC. And then you have CB, which becomes CH plus HB. So I figured if I don't actually build the 3-part string, but just generate the new 2 pairs, that would work. Oh, I figured it out as well. I can just keep the tracking here, right? Yeah, that's something else I can do. That was the part that was missing. Sometimes it helps to just talk it through, right? So let's do a dictionary car long character count is new. Boom. Because basically what we have to do is still just add the mapping. So we do, man, this is pretty cool if this works. Character count, let me just do it the same way. If not character count, try get value. Okay. First I need to make sure what the mapping is. So I do car mapped, I can't type today, mapped is mapping record.key, and then it's always just one char anyways, and then I could do if not character count, try get value mapped out long count is 0L count, and then we can do character count mapped is count plus record value. Cool. This should be it. And I need to set the initial values as well. I'm just wondering, do I need to decrease for every... Yeah, because we just add the ones that exist there. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm sorry, I'm just in my head. I want to finish this and see if it works before I lose my train of thought. And initially I need to do to get the ones that are in here as well. Boom, 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 boom. I can actually do this. Is actually input to dictionary x. No. Group by x to dictionary x exact key x long count. So this initializes it for the starting input. Let's see, I can remove all of this and just do this. Stop and run again. Woohoo! Oh no, the 161 is correct, but the biggest isn't correct. Getting there. Let me see. So what do I have in there? B occurs 1749 times. Not for me. I got the H right. So let's see here. I feel that we're really close, which is making me happy. Let's just check ordered here. Let's see. C 298, that is also correct. H 161. Why do I have the N's in there? N occurs 865 times. Okay, so I don't have enough N's and I don't have enough B's. What would be the reason for that? Let me think. Let me check. Oh wait. Our record.key, yeah, right. And then this produces an H. Okay. So we have two N's, a C and a B. Let me think. I wonder if this thing that I'm removing is incorrect. No, I think that should be correct. So map this H. Then we set H to count plus 1. Turn. I'm just thinking what could be the reason that those two don't expand correctly. Let me think, because every time the mapping works, it will just add a letter in there. So you never lose an existing something, you just add extra letters in there, and that's what I'm doing, I think. So I wonder why it doesn't come with the correct answer for two of the letters. This is decremented, and I already isolate the values here so they don't update the actual counts here. That's strange. Try to count. Okay, wait, so this is already wrong here. I can see that now. Okay, let's do this again. Because after the first iteration we should end up with 7. So in the to process, this is wrong. Because this is only 2 pairings, but when there should be 3. Yeah, I got it. It's my plus equals 2. That is wrong. Let's see. Is this it? Let me check. Chat count. Okay, now we should have. Yes. And the to process should give 3 pairs now, right? Okay. Phew! These things can be so hard to debug. Let me see what it returns. Biggest, smallest, woohoo! Okay, had me worried there for a second. Let's run the real input. Man. I really like this challenge. I think this one is my favorite one so far because it made me actually come to a solution that I didn't think I had in me. So I'm kind of proud of myself of figuring this thing out. Whew. Boom! Got it. Man, this was this was my favorite day so far because this pushed me to go somewhere that I've never went before, and I figured something out that I didn't think I could figure out. So I'm really, really proud of that, actually. And I'm glad that I went back to finish this and debug it. So yeah, man. And this is why I love Advent of Code, when it gets you to do this kind of things, right? Because this was actually, when I saw part 2, I saw part 1, I was like, okay, I think I'll get in trouble in part 2. And part 2 hit, and it was like, yep, this is exactly what I was afraid of, and I have no idea how to solve this. And just by going over it, just the realization that what this actually means is that you just create 2 pairs out of 1 pair. So that's the mapping that I do here. I wrote it out here. So like, this string means these 3 pairs, and processing 1 pair means you lose this pair but gain these 2 pairs. Instead of treating it as a string, you just treat them as individual pairs. And yeah, this was really epic, as I had no idea what I would Google to solve this. I wrote out all the increments and numbers and how it improved. So yeah, I think this is the coolest part of Advent of Code that I've did in all the years, because as I said, I'm really proud of myself for figuring out a way to solve this, because I thought I couldn't. So yeah, and that's really cool to I really love learning new stuff, right? I'm always learning new stuff. And Advent of Code can be very, very challenging like that, and intimidating, because like a few years ago there was like something called Chinese remainder theory that I never heard of, and I had to find a way to solve it without it. Yeah, I'm cool that I got to finish this now. Let's see. SV07702 says, I also did part 1 with the string, and then I had to completely rebuild for part 2. Cool. I'm really curious to see how other people did it, and if there's a different way to do it than what I just did. I can't think of another way other than finding a formula to calculate any step without doing the actual steps, but I wouldn't even know how to write that. So yeah, I like the approach that I took. I'm really curious to check out videos now for other people and see how they did it. So do you want to share your code, SV0702? Let's see, and Richard says, I do. That's why I'm always swapping game engines. Yeah. Well, I like to have like a solid base in one language, and that lets me branch out to others. Like, I know that whatever comes my way, I can solve pretty much anything in C#, right? .NET framework is so amazing that you can pretty much do anything in it. But I really like doing C++ and assembly and JavaScript and Swift and Kotlin, and man, I've done so many languages. I need to go back to app development as well. It's been too long. But yeah, this was really, 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 really cool. Yeah, it feels so good, because I just know that if I would have went to bed, because it's like nearly it's halfway to midnight. If I would have gone to bed without solving this, I would not have gotten much sleep. I really can't deal with not knowing something. I had a similar approach for part 2. A few details were different. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious to see. I'm going to go home to my wife and hopefully not wake her when I come to bed, and just try to see if I can catch 1 or 2 videos of other people doing this, see how they approach this. Man, this was cool. Yeah, definitely my favorite one so far. So it's a bit of a short stream. It's still nearly half an hour, man, time flies. But yeah, it was nice to have you in here, and I need to check out your ZX Spectrum project, Richard. I've seen it on YouTube come by, but there has been so much stuff to do. I will try to catch one of the videos tomorrow and see how you're faring there. So for now, I want to thank everybody that kept me company. I'm really happy that I solved part 2, and let's try again tomorrow. Bye bye.